Hello, my name is Robert Beverly. I'm the owner of Intaglio Composites, located here in Arlington, Texas. I am posting this presentation for the potential sale of a process that I've developed. Basically, back in '98, I was approached by a gentleman to help figure out a process that had originally come out of France with very little success. After spending several years in testing, we were able to come up with a good product in late 2003. Once that had been completed, we had been invited to a special exhibit at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C. The name of the exhibit was called Liquid Stone. As our part of the presentation, we created a piece called The Bricklayer. And you see another photo engraved concrete piece from Edward Maybridge, the pioneer who developed sequential photography. That was our presentation at the museum. I thought I would include this. Due to the popularity of the exhibit, they extended it twice and wanted to include that in this presentation. A lot of advertising was created, as well as response from the public worldwide, and one such phone call from a gentleman by the name of John Ainsley in London suggested that we not even consider the sale of this product if we were to for less than $52 million. That was in our beginning, and we were pretty tickled to hear that. Here are some of the projects that we have, and I can go into more about where these are. The upper right-hand collage is actually in Edinburgh, Scotland, and we'll discuss that more to the potential buyer. Here are quite a few other pieces. Every piece that you see in this picture, they are all concrete. Here are more examples of it. And if you would like a little more insight as to the background of these, you can find them on my website, intagliocomposites.com. So basically, in a brief synopsis, the sporadic order of the concrete was such that we might have one project a year due to lack of understanding and promotion in the United States, actually. The Europeans are more drawn to this type of work than they are here in the U.S. U.S. is considered to be very conservative in their design. And in 2019, I decided I was going to take an entirely different approach. And because of the COVID debacle and the snowflakes damaging monuments nationwide, I put that on hold. So, as the architects were purchasing this product, we came across a whole lot of different variables without the architect actually understanding more about what it is that we did or didn't do. And that included the shape, the size, the placement of it within a project, the multiple use of the same image, and other variables. And we decided that moving forward, we were going to take control over that process. So what I've come up with is, depending on the style and size of your operation, we're suggesting personally for our given facility, 4x6 panel, not to exceed that in size. Why? Because it's easier to handle. We dictate where it goes. We suggest it to the client. If they don't use it for that same purpose, then we are absolved of any problems that they might incur. the size of the plates and the handling. It helps us with handling, and different other parts of that process are easier to control when we dictate how it's to be used. So here are a few examples of what I'm referring to. We dictate the body of work. And one of the projects that I want to pursue, and would of course help the buyer, is I want to create 5 images as a body of work, and we sell it as a body of work. There are thousands upon thousands of cemeteries nationwide that and memorials to the Vietnam veteran war, and that is something that can be made available to all kinds of entities that are affiliated with those institutions. And this is one of the ones that I wanted to do. If you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's an actual photograph of a soldier trying to help resuscitate a fellow soldier, and right below it is the actual piece in concrete. The one on the lower left is a Huey picking up and transporting a victim of emergency, and the right to the right of it is the same image in concrete. Here's another body of work that I'd like to see. I would be pursuing if I don't sell it, and that is the Civil War. A lot of these snowflakes have destroyed monuments and had them removed nationwide, and I believe that that is a travesty. But these works could go into museums, all kinds of different places around cemeteries, places where usually people aren't out destroying everything in their wake. But you can create bodies of work on all of the wars, different art. There are all kinds of themes, and that's something that I could discuss with the owner. Not only that, but I have a very special process that I'm going to give the owner that is not going to be listed here, that really gives this entire concept a very unique flavor. So here basically is the synopsis of selling. I believe this process is worth a lot of money. Potential is phenomenal. I know it is. Into the millions. And I do not have the current facility to do it. And I'm working on another project that is costing money. So I would like to propose to sell this to somebody who appreciates it, who will work with us on that. We can work together, and I will give you a heck of a what I call a cash deposit price of $75,000, and I would also want a percentage of the proceeds. Why? Because then that makes me just as much involved in the potential success of this program as it does you. I hope that you appreciate the concept and that you would like to pursue a relationship. I would prefer to find somebody in the DFW Metroplex within at least an hour drive, no more than that, if I can. Thank you. You can reach me there, Robert at IntaglioComposites.com.